Hello everyone, this is author and motivational speaker and dating coach Matthew C. Horn bringing you another video tonight. And I just want to let you know my videos are based on my books. Yes, my books. How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. And my brand new book that just came out in early April. How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. And my books are available at www.matthewchorn.com. Okay, I did a video before. It was titled The Knowledge of the Tree of Good and Evil. In this video, I talked about how, you have to explore the different spectrum of experiences when it comes to women to accept their nature and accept how they really are, and subsequently find out the best experience that you can possibly have with women and only deal with women that give you that experience. When I talk about those experiences, the knowledge of the tree of good and evil, it was based on me just revealing that there are women who are extremely into you, and they're all going to move with the same rhythm and cadence. And there are women who are moderately or not very into you, and they move with the same rhythm and cadence as well. So it was just a matter of acceptance and acknowledgement of how women move in terms of the ones that are really into you, and deciding which experience that you want to have, and just bringing realities that there are women out there who will do certain things that are indicative that they're really into you, even if you haven't had that experience. It was just showing men how to believe that experience exists and how to be the man who is magnetic to have that type of experience. Okay, tonight I'm bringing you the knowledge of the tree of good and evil part 2. This one is called She Should Hate You. Okay, maybe you've never heard a topic or subject matter like that in terms of a woman should hate you. But if you think about it, 99% of men get jerked around. Women manipulate, they use, they extort them, they disrespect them, they treat them like nothing. And they built their identity on their ability to treat men any kind of way and have those men still stick around. Okay, so you have to take that into consideration, is that the average man that the average woman is dealing with or encountering is putting up with her stuff. Okay, so the woman looks at it as if she doesn't have to work on herself or be pleasant or easy to be around or be respectful, and just more or less give the man whatever he is giving to her in terms of consistency, respect, and revering that person, and just the basic things that fundamentally should be in place if you have two healthy individuals dealing with one another. But that's not the case. She's used to encountering very weak men. So when she finds a man who's together financially, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, okay, that represents the man that is together. Okay, when she finds that man, she hates that man, because that man understands that, number one, he respects himself, meaning that he's not going to stick around for treatment that is less than the treatment that he has given to the other person who is across from him. Okay, number one, that's the number one reason why a lot of women will hate this particular man, because he's solid. He can't be manipulated. He can't be knocked off his center in the square. He will tell any woman, regardless of how beautiful she is, if she's not giving him the treatment that he's looking for, he's gone. And then the woman is puzzled, and she's puzzled because she's not used to men holding her accountable. Okay, so that's the reason why most women will hate that type of man. Okay, and when you really think about it, your average woman, even if she's not even the most attractive woman, there's so many men who are just so desperate and just so thirsty just to have sex with her, that they will tolerate certain things in the name of just having a physical encounter with the woman. Okay, but I titled this video She Should Hate You, because if you're a solid man and you look at the overall nature of women and how they move and how they treat men consistently, then you should understand that if you're a solid man, the majority of women you're going to meet are going to hate you. Okay, even if they admire your masculinity when they meet you, because I've had women say, you know what, you're so masculine, and these are like walking fantasy type of women, like 12s. They admire my masculinity and the fact that I'm just not going to accept anything, and the fact that they did stuff very early on And I just said, I ain't got to deal with this. And I bounced. I was out of there. And they called me back crying and like, I like you so much. I'm so sorry I did that. Then they start making excuses and all that kind of stuff, you know. But they admired that. But as the interaction progressed, they hated that because they were so used to being able to treat men any old kind of way. And that actually is the cornerstone of their existence as a woman. If you meet a man who's together, like I said, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, he's together in these ways. He's actually a threat to her definition of what she calls a woman because she can't jerk him around and she understands that he has options and she's not used to meeting men who actually hold her accountable. So, like I said, she can admire you in the beginning, but when it all comes down to it, as time progresses, she'll hate you because you undermine everything that she bases her identity as a woman on. Okay, the ability to control, manipulate, extort, and disrespect the man. Okay, this is real stuff. All right, and just to give an example, I was watching Kevin Samuels. I watched a few guys on YouTube, and Kevin Samuels is tall. He's 6'4", and he's probably arguably the most stylish dating coach out there. In the black manosphere. So, shout out to Kevin Samuels. So anyway, he was talking about how he has a lot of tall, very attractive and accomplished friends, like black male friends, and how black women will say they want this particular type of man. Like you're at the precipice. If you're tall, you have money, you're self-sufficient, you have nice possessions, you're educated, and you're showing respect, and you're showing up the right way to women. Okay, that's the unicorn type of man. That's the type of man that a lot of men will get mad at the black woman because she says she wants that man. So that man is at the pinnacle. Okay, he's clicking on all cylinders. Right now, Kevin Samuels said something very interesting. He said that when the women get with these guys, eventually they begin to treat them unfavorably. And I was just like, well, I fit that mold, at 6'5", and, writing books that's all over the world, and, having the education, having all the bells and whistles and things like that. And to still see women desire me and, some of them treat me a certain way, even though I'm probably not very frequent in their space, the type of man that I am. They don't even really have access to that type of man, and they still choose to treat the optimal black man a certain way. And the reasoning behind this is that their identity is based on their ability to disrespect the man, and he sticks around for it. Okay, that's when the woman believes that she is an upper echelon, gorgeous, irresistible woman if she can treat a high value man like nothing and he sticks around for it. So when you don't stick around, you bring her back to reality and she has to face her delusion. Put it like this, okay? These women hate you because if you really think about it, if there was an overabundance of very attractive, successful men checking for them that they were actually into, they wouldn't be single. So they know that it's something missing inside of them, but instead of working on themselves, they just go deeper into delusion, meaning that they just begin to hate men more, and they begin to treat even the high level man like nothing because she wants to validate her ego as opposed to working on herself and getting the man that she really wants. Okay, here's just something that happened a year ago. Here's an example. I like to use examples in these videos to make it real. I was at a spot in DC, a rooftop, and I met this girl. She was gorgeous. She was maybe I think she was 5'8", long hair. She was flawless, like slim. Shorty was bad. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, she was a legit. I give her 9-10 status. Like, she was bad. So I saw her walking out, and she was right by the stairs where you leave this establishment. And I stepped to her and I started talking to her, and I found out it was her 30th birthday. And she was so into me that she actually made her girls sit there and wait. That's how because a girl can easily dash when you meet her by the stairs and she's on her way out. So the attraction was there. Okay, we talked. She gave me her number, and I didn't want to hold her and keep her from her girls. It was her birthday. I think it was a weeknight too. So they could just get on their way, get on with their night. So I ended up texting her back and forth maybe for the next couple of days, and she eventually said, "I want to talk to you." I was like, "All right, that's cool." So we ended up having like maybe an hour-long phone conversation. Now, I never tell women what I do for a living when I meet them because it's just something that I say in this book right here. I have an entire chapter called the Success Undershirt, meaning that you never want to wear your accomplishments on your sleeve. You want the woman to meet you and not your position in the material world, okay? So I never tell women what I do for a living because if I'm not enough, then I'm not enough. Outside of my accolades and decoration and all that kind of stuff, okay? Because all that's the temporal world. That stuff can disappear. It can go just as fast as it came. So you always want to introduce yourself and not your accomplishments to women, okay? So she had no idea what I did for a living until we had that phone conversation. And something changed when she found out what my occupation was and this and that. And I was actually headed out to my boy's birthday party that night. So I told her, I was like, listen, I can call you back when I get in the car. And she was like, well, I may be asleep by that point. I was like, you know what? It's all good. I'll just give you a call back. And if you pick up, then you pick up. If not, we'll talk another time. So I called her when I got in the car and nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. I just went on my night, had a good time, my boy. And yeah, it was a fun night. So a week goes by and this girl ends up hitting me up. And she said, what happened? And I said, well, I figured you saw my missed call. And she says, yeah, I saw your missed call, but X, Y, and Z happened. I was getting ready to go out of town. Insert the violent music, man. You know how these girls do, man. They just like to play. She was clearly interested in me. That's why she said what happened and this and that. But she had more concern with controlling the situation and disrespecting me than acknowledging that she was actually attracted to me. And the crazy part was she's freaking 5'8" and I'm 6'5". Like, that's perfect. We're both young and all this other stuff. And she still chose to play. So in so many words, the conversation went like this, okay? She hit me with the whole, song and dance. And she actually said these words to me. And this pretty much epitomizes everything I'm saying right here. She says, oh, you put the ball in my court, meaning you saw you called me and you didn't call me again when you didn't hear from me. Oh, you put the ball in my court. And I said some words to her that her pretty long haired self never heard in her life. I said, I only do mutual interest. And she texts me back. She says, oh, I'm interested, but, such and such that night and this and that. She says, oh, I'm interested. And at that point, I was just turned off. And I never said another word to her. But think about it. The average woman is more concerned with playing with you than even acknowledging that you're showing up in a way that she desires. That's rare. And she's, a situation in a man that she can take advantage of and maybe build something with, because if you think about even that interaction, I kept my word. I called when I said I was going to call. I, made myself available to her. And, I stepped to her when a lot of men, as beautiful as she was, just look at her. A lot of beautiful women, I have a lot of conversations with beautiful women. And they always talk about how men just stare at them. And one thing that beautiful women marvel about when it comes to me, I just step to them because they're a fixture in my world. Like, it's nothing, and that's how it has to be. You have to not be afraid to step to that extremely beautiful woman, because she's waiting on somebody to come up to her, and you might just be that one, But in essence, she should hate you, okay? The average woman who is not secure within herself, wants to play games and wants to control and dominate a man, that particular woman should hate you. But I want to end this video on a positive note. This woman should love you, okay? If you are together physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, okay? This is the quintessential man, especially the quintessential black man. All right. If you're together in these ways, this particular woman should love you. And guess what woman should love you? The woman who is together physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Okay. When she encounters a man who comes to her the right way, who's groomed the right way, who has on the latest styles and, fitted stylish, has the education, or not even just education, has the ambition that shows in the results that he has for his life. Okay, meaning that he has a trail of results. I mean, he's not lazy. He's a man of action. Okay, and he's attractive in her eyes, because attraction is always subjective. Okay, if this man shows up to the woman who is mentally healthy, okay, she's not going to hate you. She's going to revere you. Okay, this woman is so rare. Okay, especially the older you get. This woman is so rare that you can't let her go anywhere. Okay, you don't automatically say, hey, I want to be in a relationship. You give everybody time to reveal who they are. Okay, and it's not a negative thing. You just understand that time and vulnerability is going to reveal the truth of any person. Okay, so you give her that space, even as you stay in her space, to reveal who she is. All right, but you keep her in your space as long as you're seeing the right things. But understand that woman will love and revere you because she understands that many men are not showing up packaged exactly the way that she wants them. If the woman is not mentally healthy, she can have a man that's packaged exactly the way that she desires and still want to play with him, because deep down she doesn't even believe she deserves of that type of man. And that man, if he's together, he's going to see that very quickly. And like in the example in the story I just used, he's out of there. He doesn't have time for the silly stuff, especially the older the woman gets. So have your eyes open for the woman who shows up the right way, okay, who can see you showing up the right way and see your characteristics and not hate you for them because she can't control and manipulate you, but she can revere your characteristics because she's more concerned with her match, meaning the man who's bringing the same things to her that he's bringing you know she's bringing to him. And that's pretty much how it is. The mentally healthy woman, the woman that should love and revere and cherish you, she's looking for a match. She's not looking to control, manipulate, and dominate. And guess what? She's probably easy to be around. And when you two meet each other, it's very possible you two could be each other's final dating destination. Okay. Once again, this has been Matthew C. Horn, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. And tonight's video has been brought to you by my book, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, and my brand new book that just came out in April, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. And I go in these books, believe me. I leave no stone unturned, okay? That is 400 pages of knowledge right there. And it's available at www.matthewchorn.com. If anyone is interested in coaching, I would love to help you to get the results that you want with men or women. And at the end of the day, I also have ways that you can support me as well. If this message has been enhancing to you, if it's elevated your thought processes and thinking, then my donation information will be in the description. I'll be back at you very soon, and thank you for spending some time with me.